Welcome to the race by race preview for Queen Mother Memorial Day at Sha Tin on Sunday. Paul Lally's here with the selections, 11 races, so it's an early start with the first Griffin at 12.30 over the 1,000. The all-out carries an extra £7 for his first start win. Motor has the cheek pieces going on. Quick Money, he was beaten narrowly by the all-out on debut. Tongue Tie added to number 4. Babieka has the cheek pieces going on. Just Follow Me, Win Method and Zhou Gongjing down the bottom, all making their race debuts. Straight racing, Paul, and the all-out looking to lead and win.
Look, that's what he's done when he did win last time. Babieka wasn't far away. Kiama Motor was quite handy but did drop out, so you might just want to take a bit of cover. Spark and Gold went back, as did Quick Money when he ran second, and Zhou Gongjin. He's got blinkers on and he's showing a little bit of speed in this cross.
We start with the raced ones and that win at Sha Tin. The all-out managed to get the job done here. He was a 1.2 favourite. Quick Money, who'd only had the one trial leading into the race, gave him one heck of a scare late though.
He did. So look, he's going to come on a lot from this one. I thought Babieka's run wasn't the worst either, who did run third. I think he's another one that's likely to come on. Now, he was taken on all the way, the all-out, by the outside of the field, the one there in the orange cap, and he drops way out, and then the all-out just manages to hang on. So, look, I think with this run under his belt, he's obviously a horse that did win his trials. That's why I started a 1.2 chance earlier on. So I think he can win, actually.
That is the first replay. Couple of the unraced horses now. Just Follow Me, the first of them. He's a member of the Benno Young stable. 4 trials for him. This is a recent one from him on the all-weather. He does make some late ground, but it's hard-ridden to do so. Yeah,
look, as you say, he's had the 4 trials as well. You can see him, he was quite brave, though. He did come through the middle of the pack there, but you can see he's been worked on quite significantly there now. So he's one of the first starters. So, look, he didn't quite make it in the numbers for me.
That is Just Follow Me. The next one is a horse called Win Method, and this one was up at Chungfa. Just the one trial from him. Harry Bentley, Denisham combined. He was beaten 3 lengths behind Ruby Sailing, who we'll see at Happy Valley on Wednesday night.
Yeah, I like to see horses have more than one trial. I know that Quick Money only had one going into his race and just about won the race, but look, just this one trial. So it's hard really to see Gage with this trial. His tongue tie goes on, barrier 6, so I'm happy to watch him.
That is a breakdown of some replays leading into the first, the Griffin on Sunday, as Win Method there ends up running in 4th placing. The all-out makes it 2 in a row.
Yeah, look, I think as long as he doesn't get taken on like he did in the first race, I mean, you wouldn't want that race over again if he took the 1.2. But I think he'll have that experience now, and Zach Purden will know the horse a lot better. Babieka will come on with Quick Money. So it's the same top 3 as the last time with Babieka and Quick Money, just around the other way. I just thought Babieka had some good upside there, and he has worked really well since that debut run. And then Zhou Gongjin, I didn't mind his trials, and he's got blinkers on. It shows me a bit of intent there for the 2-year-old. 1, 6, 4 and 9.
Could be the start of a big day. He's got some great rides. Zach Purden, and Paul has him on top for Jamie Richards in the first on the all-out. And race number 2, this is a Class 5 and it's over the 1,200 metres. Lucky Man placed last time over 1,400 metres. Class Droppers, Ferry Horse and Tegepi Circuit Victory has the blinkers on for the first time. Super Eagle's best form at this stage is over at Happy Valley. Sterling Wongchoi has placed 2 from 4 course and distance. Speedy Smarty raced wide last time. Flying Phantom comes back in trip. And Windspeeder heads into the race, Paul, as a last start winner.
He is, and he led all the way that way, and look, there's no clear leader in this race, so I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to repeat those tactics, but he might get taken on by Fung, who can go forward. He's drawn wide. Speedy Smarty always puts himself on the pace, as does Flying Romantic, so he shouldn't be far away. Super Eagle likewise. Lucky Man, wide draw, he might have to go all the way back.
And he is in our first replay is Lucky Man. So this was 1,400 metres. He has raced over the 1,200 metres just once at Sha Tin. He finished out of the money, but he's only been in Class 5 for 2 starts.
And look, I always thought he could win in Class 4, but I'm not sure about this race. Barrier 11, 135. Just looks a little bit tricky, I thought, for him. Flying Phantom, I'm going to put him in on a minor line. He's in those pink and blue colours coming down the outside. He finished off really strongly here in this race as well. Now, he's drawn barrier 5, so he might be just a little bit closer in the run. I didn't mind his run.
If you want to see his trial, you can go back to the first race preview. He's in that trial behind Win Method, also Flying Phantom. Fairy Horse running second. Super Eagle fifth, and Speedy Smarty's been one of yours in the past, but looked to have every chance in this race.
He did. Look, he's 1 of 52 and he's down to a 31 rating. So, look, he's more than capable, but look, I've got him in on a minor line because, look, he could easily win in this grade. The one I do like, though, was Fairy Horse. He looks like he's close to a win. He's had a couple of starts since this up in Class 4 at Happy Valley and wasn't really suited there. He drew 12 and 11, so you complete forgives for those. But this is a closer one, finishing off strongly. I think he could easily win on this grid.
There's Fairy Horse and Wind Speeder. We saw on the speed map that he's going to no doubt try and lead again, because after quite a break between wins, he's back in the winner's circle after leading all of the way.
He got an easy lead here and won. He's going to try and do something similar, but I'm not so sure he'll get the same sort of easy speed. As you say, 52 starts, a couple of wins, doesn't win out of turn, so I can't have him. California Icon, that's shown the odd good race, and I think Sterling Wong's Choice had his chance, so none of these go in.
All right, that's the replay of Wind Speeder just getting down to the winning post in those orange blinkers. That's a breakdown of the replays. Fairy Horse to break through, though.
Yeah, I've got to put him on top, Fairy Horse, for Hugh Bowman. I think he's capable of winning in this. Flying Romantic, it's hard for me because he's done deal over 1,200 metres, but some of his 1,200 metre races have been good. Coming off an all-weather run from barrier 3, he can get that perfect run just in behind the pace. Speedy Smarty's well rated, and Flying Phantom finishing off strongly, as we saw in that replay. 2, 5, 11 and 12.
Back in Class 5, and a win on the board for Fairy Horse with Paul in race number 2. Race number 3 now, we turn our attention to here for the preview, and we have Call Me Gorgeous at the top of the book. Raced wide last time. Dashing Dragon wide draw. He's had 4 trials between starts. Better and Better on debut, 5 trials. Lucky Symphony has placed 2 from 3 course and distance. Perfect Day, a first starter, has had 6 trials. Team Folks 4. Carrying Warrior won last start, carries an extra £7, and Concord Star. No blinkers on him this week. So a number of first starters here, Paul, but a couple of the raced brigade leading. Yeah,
look, Carrying Warrior likes to go forward. Golden Luck definitely likes to lead. So I can see these two going forward and setting up at quite a good pace. King Oberon, Club Ace are never far away. Trudy Fluke went pretty well on his debut. Team Folks is one of the debutantes. California Star Better and Better is another debutant, as is Perfect Day. So few debutants in this race. Lucky Symphony from a wide draw, he'll just be looking to slot in there somewhere.
And here he is, Lucky Symphony. He's placed behind some pretty nice horses in recent times. Cross-Border Pegasus and Magnifique, Paul, but barrier number 14 means he's going to have to rely on plenty of luck and Andre to get him across from out there.
Yeah, that was my concern. Look, it's not a strong field, this one. I think he could easily win or be placed in it. So he does go in the numbers for me, but he'll just need a lot of luck there, as we saw on that speed map from barrier number 14. So just where Andrea has him placed in the run. But he's been a horse who's been quite consistent. And look, if he'd drawn lower, he would have gone on top.
His last 2 starts have been from barrier number 5. Next replay is Carrying Warrior. Now, he ends up winning this race, beating Top Dragon. Now, that's good form because he's come out and won since Top Dragon, and he looked like he was going to get beaten here, but just fought solidly.
He did, didn't he? So, look, this is one of the best runs we've seen from him here. There's no doubt about that. With Carrying Warrior, he's just a little tricky draw, barrier number 9 for him. It's whether he can go back-to-back, Carrying Warrior. So, look, I was on sort of a wait and see to see if he can reproduce this. But as you say, the form looks good now with Top Dragon coming out and winning.
That is Carrying Warrior. Now we're going to have a look at a couple of first starters to round out the replays for race number 3. And Better is our first one. 5 trials. Zach Pert and Frankie Law run second here behind View All Things. So gets away to win this trial by 5 lengths, but he was under a pretty good hold for most of the straight, the second horse.
Yeah, look, he's going to go in for me, Better and Better. Again, a little bit of a tricky draw, barrier 8. He's going to just try and slot in midfield. View All Things, as you can see, he was just ran away with it. But he wasn't too far away there, and he was best of the rest, Better and Better. So, look, I think he'll be there'll be plenty of support for him with Zach Pert aboard.
That's one of the first starters. And here's Team Folks out of the Michael Chang stable. Ben Thompson will partner him at his debut. Good draw, barrier number 3, and he's had the 4 trials. This is a 3rd in his most recent one.
So he was last on the turn here, and as you can see, he makes up pretty good ground. A son of Super Seth, who's going really well down Australasia. The Petra Cosmo up here in Hong Kong is going really well. Look, this, you can see him finishing off this trial nicely enough. He did win an 800-metre trial, his first trial when he was up here, and ever since I've been riding him a little bit quieter, just teaching him a few things. He might go under people's radar, so I'm not going to make him the value play.
All right, so you think he's ready? He's on top. Who's in 2nd, 3rd and 4th?
Yeah, Team Folks on debut. Hopefully we'll get a bit of a price about him. So he's on top to beat. Call Me Gorgeous, the downgrader. Was a bit unlucky at his last start. Better and Better, another first starter. And Lucky Symphony just needs that luck from barrier 14. 9147.
A winning debut for Paul for Team Folks in the 3rd and the first leg of the early treble. 4th race is a Class 2. This race over the 1600 encountered a 2-time course and distance winner. Meckley's had 2 trials since we last saw him in the Derby. Steps Ahead ran 2nd behind California Totality last time. Honglock Golf has won 4 from 5 and Flamingo Trillion has the cheek pieces going back on. The pace here, Paul, comes from Pray for Mer.
Yeah, he likes to lead. He should be able to go forward, and I don't think he's going to go overly quick in the race, so be along the good to slow lines. Steps Ahead goes forward in most of his races. He went back in the Derby because he drew wide. Flamingo Trillion likes to put himself on the pace, but he normally leads over 1800 plus. The Golden Scenery, normally a midfield horse with Honglock Golf. Encounter could go forward. He's gone forward in the past, but he has been going back recently. Snowfield and Meckley drops out.
Straight to Matthew Poon talking Snowfield. Matthew Snowfield, 2 starts and 2 pretty good runs from him.
Yeah, I like this horse. He only 3 years old. Pretty happy how he won first start and second start. Of course, you can see his improvements. So, yeah, I like this horse.
Did he appreciate the step up to 1600 metres last time as well?
Yeah, like before, we already thought like you had 14 first start, 16, and then see how he won. And I think by the racing fitness, he will keep improving.
He's trialled between runs over 1200 metres. That looked very good, that trial.
Of course, like I said, he's young horses. He keep improving, willing to learn. So he's not the horse to ride. Yeah.
What about the starts? Is he just still learning about jumping in his races? Because he has been a little slow out of the gates.
Actually, he also jump better. Like every start, every trial, he willing to learn. Even behind the gate, first time I trial him, jump out him, he was nervous, don't want to go in the gate. But you can see he now like more willing to do that. Like he more mental, very good, willing to learn. Yeah.
Is Matthew Poon talking Snowfield. Paul, we've got a couple of replays to look at now, and we start with Steps Ahead and Pray for Mer, who are the 2 coming out of this race. Pray for Mer probably going to be on the rail this week, though. Yeah,
look, he should be able to lead Pray for Mer, and he can dictate the pace. He'll go in the numbers as well as Steps Ahead. He's such a consistent horse. His 1600-metre record, he's only had 2 goes on it, and he was just beaten in this race here. This was 1800 metres though, so he did run towards the back behind Dragon Joy in his other of the 1600 metres. So he's the distance is, he hasn't won at it, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a problem for him.
That's that replay. California Totality driving late to win that race. This horse has done everything asked of him. Honglock Golf, and the time he was beaten, he was just held up at a crucial stage that cost him, being 5 for 5. What about that form continuing here? Is he the one to beat?
He is, definitely. And he's beaten some good horses on the way. He bet Sky Jewelry, of course, 2 starts ago. And then he's come out here and bet Light Years Charm, who was odds on. So he's come out strong form races. He doesn't win by big margins, this horse, but he always tries hard. And I just think this is a right race for him. 1600 metres up to the 1600, out of a High Chaparral mare from a 5 barrier draw. He's just going to get that perfect run.
There's your winner off the replays then for race 4.
Yeah, we'll go with him. Honglock Golf. I mean, he's won 4 from 5, as you say. So he's on top. Steps Ahead coming out of the Derby. Snowfield, we heard from Matthew Poon, and then Pray for Mer, the likely leader. 5, 4, 6, 8.
Paul with the Harry Bentley Chris So combination to win again with Honglock Golf in the fourth. Race number 5 now. There's a pretty promising animal in this race. We'll get to him shortly, but we start with a Node who makes his Hong Kong debut. He went over 1100 at Randwick and 1400 at Rose Hill. Cross Border Pegasus is the promising one. He's having his second run in this grade. Super Fortune's a 4-time course and distance winner. Kaying Attack has the blinkers going on. Lucky Twin Stars on debut. 8 trials, a better draw for King of Dubai. And Ballistic Wind just a couple of goes in Class 3. Where's the likely favourite going to land, Paul? Cross Border Pegasus.
I think he'll go forward and sit just outside the leader from barrier 10. There's only a smallish field, so he can be quite positive here. Super Fortune looks the likely leader. He leads in most of his runs and can lead over 1,000. Kaying Attack, he's got blinkers on for the first time from barrier 3. He should be right there, Cross Border Pegasus. And the rest, Anode, he's one of the first starters. Should get his opportunity. Back to all-round winner who went back on debut.
Here he is. Last time Cross Border Pegasus just had no luck from the draw. He sat 3 wide and he went within almost an inch or two of winning the race. He was run down late by Eris Nova. Paul, barrier number 10, so it's a wider draw for him again. It was a big run. Is he, do you think, going to be the shortest price favourite of the day?
He could be one of them, yeah. There's no question. There'll be plenty of money for him. And look, any sort of run, he should be able to win. He's drawn 10 again, so that's just 10, which is goes out. But look, they're well clear of anything else, and he's another one that could easily be unbeaten.
He's had 2 trials since his last start too, has Cross Border Pegasus, so John Size has kept the work into him. Now, this is a trial on the all-weather. King of Dubai better in this. He's only had the 2 starts, but he trialled quite well here. A Node 5th. He's had 3 trials ahead of his debut, and this is the last of the 8 trials from Lucky Twin Stars.
Happy to watch both of the first starters in this race. The other horse, King of Dubai, as you say, it was a better trial from him, but he hasn't done it on the racetrack yet. He's finished 8th and 10th in his 2 starts. He's got the draw to suggest he might be able to improve a bit, but I still want to see him do it on the racetrack. So, look, none of these 3 win it.
All right, that's just a look to see what some of the first starters have done leading into their debuts. But Cross Border Pegasus, easily the one to beat.
Yeah, looks the one. As you say, he's going to be a shorty, but I think he can win, Cross Border Pegasus. Kaying Attack with blinkers on for the first time. A Ballistic Wind's got to prove himself in this grade. Another Zonda, disappointing last start, but if you see if he can bounce back after that good win 2 starts ago. 2-6-9-5.
That is race number 5. It is the first leg of Sunday's Triple Trio. Race number 6 now, and how's that? It's the Kowloon Cricket Club Centenary Cup over the 1600 metres. Amazing victories placed 4 from 8 course and distance. Etalon Or cannot draw a barrier. Bokada goes from the 1000 to the 1600. First time to the mile also for Rota New Page. Happy Universe has placed his last 2. Yoda's Choice has won a trial leading into this. And we've got Pochettino down the bottom. Could have gone around with a lighter weight at the top of heavyweight with a top of Class 5 run, but going around with a lighter weight Paul at the bottom of Class 4.
2 strong leaders in this race. Gallant Epoch likes to lead, and also Yoda's Choice. So I think they're going to share the lead together. Special Hedge, Musang King's had a few starts now. Good run from Happy Universe last time. He won't be too far away with Carry On Smiling. Stepping up here to the mile. Wrote a New Page, limited starts. And the other 6, I think, well, Etalon Or has gone back the last 2 starts. It's drawn wide, so I think he'll go back once again.
Gallant Epoch is in our first replay. He's certainly been an improving type. He was a winner 4 starts ago, backed it up with a placing, then involved in that very fast run race at Happy Valley over the 1650. Then ran second here behind a smart one in Top Dragon last time.
Yeah, look, he did. He's got to carry this 134. He's not going to get an easy lead, especially from barrier 12. He's going to have to work a bit. And saying that, he's been consistent recently. I'll put him in on a minor line, but he's hard to entertain on a win line, I think, just with that extra speed in this particular race.
Yeah, barrier number 12 for him, so it's a wider draw than what he has had in recent times. Second replay is Happy Universe, who's certainly on the improve. Fortune Boys wide turning for home. No luck with the draw this week for him. And poor old Etalon or Paulie's barrier draws are just double figures all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. So, look, but he's consistent and he will win a race, I'm sure of it, Etalon. But he's been really costly. He's been single figures in his last half dozen starts, has Etalon or. Happy Universe. Now, he's a surprise for me. He's actually going quite well. He's only had the 9 starts here in Hong Kong. He's had a couple of placings, a couple of seconds at his last 2, and he wasn't too far away here. So I don't mind him in this.
That's a good report for Happy Universe. And our final replay has times table 9th, Celtic times 12th. Then Special Hedge runs 4th here. He's up outside the leader. Gets a good draw this week, barrier number 1, and has placed 4 from 8 when it comes to the 1600 around Sha Tin.
Yeah, so he does like it, the course and distance, does Special Hedge. The class is a little bit of a concern. He's had 20 goes in it. He has won 1, to be fair, and has drawn barrier 1. He didn't really attack the line, I thought, here. The other one running on a little bit times table, he might be on the improve, but look, they didn't get in for me.
That's a breakdown of some of the horses in race number 6. Who wins the trophy?
Going to go with the 8 horse here, Happy Universe. See if he can break through here in Hong Kong. Etalon wrote a new page, has only had limited starts, and Gallant Epoch from the front. 8, 3, 7 and 2.
Happy Universe to go one better and take the first leg of the 6 Up. Race number 7. Now this is a class 4 over the 1400 metres, and we have Riziki at the top of the book on the class drop. Mr. Cool, last start winner, extra £6, and he stays at 1400 metres. Seamus Storm's been back to the trial since his last start. Gorgor has had 10 trials ahead of his debut. We've got He Was Me, who has the blinkers going back on. Colourful Winner has the cheek pieces off. And Circuit Mighty is a 3-time winner when it comes to the course and distance, Paul, and the leader is Kaying Superb.
Yeah, look, he looks like he can go forward from the inside draw and hold the lead. Has sort of been right on the pace in his last couple of starts. Colourful Winner, the other alternative one, I think will probably just slot in behind him though. Riziki on the downgrade. Circuit Mighty, he's always pretty close up. Seamus Storm on the back of a couple of good trials there. Autumn Delight will need some luck, as will Side Dreamer. Mr. Cool might have to go all the way back, but it looks like there'll be some good pace in this, so I think every horse will get their chance.
Riziki is where we start. We'll have to carry the big weight, but is going to find this field much easier, Paul. He's been racing horses like Honglok Golf, Beauty Destiny, Storming Dragon, Righteous Arian 2 starts ago, so down into class 4 this week for him.
Yeah, he's had 4 starts since he's been here, and this was the best run behind Honglok Golf. He's drawn barrier number 3, so look, he's an interesting runner, that's for sure, coming into the race. I didn't quite get him into the numbers, but he will find this a lot easier, this race, that's for sure. He sort of looked like he was gone at the 150-metre mark and sort of just plugged away there, so we'll see how he goes down in grade.
Second time at 1400 metres since arriving for him. Next one is winning form around Mr. Cool, who debuted at Happy Valley, was able to get clear late for a fast finishing third behind Tactical Command. Was out in plenty of time this day. This is his first start at 1400 metres and was a strong win.
It was. I thought it was a really good win from him. And it was a good run from Seamus Storm. I thought he got a little bit further back than he would have liked. So I like both of these 2 horses coming out of this race. You can see Kaying Superb actually led up in this race and faded out. But down the outside, Mr. Cool, this is only his second start after a really good debut at Happy Valley. So I do like him and I do like Seamus Storm. So I think these 2 could easily quinella the race.
And we can get a guide from Etalon in an earlier race because he finished smack bang in between them. Circuit Mighty, Across the Universe, See Yeah, and He Was Me are the 4 coming out of this replay into race number 7. Trying for a little bit of padding here because not sure any of these 4 are going to make your top 4, are they?
They don't, but look, Circuit Mighty is getting down on the weights, down on the ratings. Now he put himself on the pace. He'd been trying to lead it in a few of his races, but he's a 3-time winner from his 42 starts. He does get the £10 claim, so he comes in with 107. The horse hasn't been sort of starting well enough to get to the front. So look, I'd entertain him better down in a grade. Was that good, Paddy?
It was. You'd done very well. It's not your first go at this. But Mr. Cool, the one to beat.
Yeah, I do like Mr. Cool in this race. Seamus Storm will give him a race, so I think that's the quinella, 3 to beat 6. Autumn Delight will need a little bit of luck. He was quite heavy going into his last start, so he'll come on from that. And then Only You, he's a really well-rated horse with a lightweight. So we go 3, 6, 11 and 13.
Paul going Mr. Cool to make it back-to-back wins by taking race number 7. Race number 8 is the feature, the running of the Group 3, the Queen Mother Memorial over the 1.5 mile, and 5G Patch has placed 3 from 6 course and distance. La City Blanche, he won it last year. Winning Dragon, winner at 2,000 metres. First time this trip in Hong Kong. Bundle Award raced in the Derby and then ran 4th last time. And Noisy Boy and Bravehearts round out this just field of 6, Paul.
Yeah, just a small but select field here with Winning Dragon, horse that likes to go forward, as does Noisy Boy. So, look, Winning Dragon's up and trip, has won over this distance overseas before he got here. Noisy Boy didn't really want to lead when he did going through the 4-year-old series. So I think he'll take a sit. Last City Blanche goes forward, Bundle Award. And 5G Patch, although he's drawn the inside, I still think he'll be last of the 6.
Matthew Poon is our man, talking a horse that's been good to him, Bravehearts. Matthew, Group 3 racing for Bravehearts this week. He's had a great season for you already, though.
Yeah, he's been so consistent, and he more like even before I said he know how to relax and then finish off in the race. I think he's ready to step up like 2400.
He's done a wonderful job. You and him have won 3 from 6 this season.
Yeah, he first start 1600. He really surprised me, and I really knew he gotta be further. So we step by step. He 18 2000s. He definitely can handle 2400s. Yeah.
Was this a race he's been heading to for a little while? Has Mark picked this race out some time ago?
I don't know his plan, but we knew he gotta end up 2400 anyway. So yeah, I think just the perfect plan for him. Yeah.
A small field for Bravehearts, is that a good thing for a horse like him?
Well, of course, if have a good tempo, a faster pace earlier, probably better for him. But for the distance, definitely like no problem at all. So I just hope he can get a smooth race. He can show his true ability.
And you must be very thankful to the owner for continuing to put you on not just Bravehearts but also Snowfield too.
I can't thank him enough, because Mr. Yu, they're such a good owner. They have lots of horses, lots of nice horses, and for the industry also, like they are very important. So I'm very pleased the owner and the trainer willing to give me support. So I hope the horse run really well.
There he is, Matthew Poon talking Bravehearts. Paul, let's look at some track gallops leading into this, and we'll start with a 5G Patch. 135 pounds on his back. Hugh Bowman rides and has a pretty good record on the horse.
Yeah, he does. Look, he's drawn 1, but he'll go back. You can see him. I mean, this is a 2,400 metre race, so you're just doing 800 metre gallops here for this horse, just maintaining his fitness. As La City Blanche as well, again, even work for him. And this is normal, pretty normal for Tony Cruz's horses. He's doing it nice enough as he comes down. And the third of Tony Cruz's is Winning Dragon. Again, very similar to the other two, just an 800 metre gallop, and just going through their paces, just maintaining their fitness levels and doing it easy enough at the end. So we're seeing the Tony Cruz horses here. The other one we're going to have a look at here is Bravehearts. Now, his training was slightly different, because you can see him really being pushed out a little bit, and he showed really good acceleration there, Bravehearts. So Mark Newnham actually doing the work on him himself.
And Noisy Boy, Paul, he's a horse that's come through the 4-year-old series these last 2 starts. He's been up to Chung Fa. This is a 1,000 metre trial, and he actually ends up winning this and looked like he was doing it pretty well. Yeah,
it's hard to tell with these Chung Fa trials, isn't it? Because a lot of them are sort of deemed jump outs as well. But look, he did what he had to do there. He came through the inside and he's moving well. The horse is in good order. He has run last and second last as his last 2 starts, but they were in the 4-year-old series. He steps up and trip, which shouldn't be a problem for him, because he has won over 2,200 metres here in Hong Kong, and he should sit him behind the pace. So I think he'll get his opportunity in this. Is he good enough to win it? I'm not so sure, but I'll put him in the numbers.
8th in the Derby at Randwick. He's only go over 2,400 metres before arriving. Your top 4?
Going to go with a lightweight horse here, and Bravehearts. He had a bit of a spell. He's had 1 run leading into it. I think he'd be cherry ripe for this. Bundle Award, he comes through the Derby, and he was one of the favourites for the Derby as well. He's got Zach Purton aboard from an inside draw. Last year's winner, La City Blanche, and Noisy Boy. We just saw a good trial from him. 6-4-2-5.
It is Bravehearts for Paul and Matthew Poon and Mark Newnham to take the feature on Sunday, the Queen Mother Memorial at Group 3. And race number 9 now. Time to look at this one. Some promising types line up in this race. It's a Class 4. It's over the 1400. And Spirit of Peace has the hood going on. Class drop for Wonder Star. Mighty Steed is second up. Dazzling Fit goes to the 1400 metres. Leslie's a 2-time course and distance winner. Blue Baron up to the 1400. So too Amazing Run. Quick Win. Crossover noseband off. Blinkers on. Tongue tie re-added. And Fight Time running off a rating of 40 down the bottom pool.
Wonder Star's got good pace. He should be able to get across from 8. Now, Quick Wins the other one who has been going forward in his races, so he might have to work, but I think he'll eventually get across there. Handsome Bomb likes to race on the pace, as does Pearl of Pangs. Blue Baron's up and trip. Mighty Steed will be looking for some cover. Dazzling Fit and Spirit of Peace missed the start last time, but he generally gets back anyway in his races.
We'll talk more about him shortly. First, we need to hear from the trainer of Dazzling Fit, David Eustace. David, Dazzling Fit's first 2 runs have looked good. Have you been pretty happy with them too?
Yeah, I have. You know, he's shown greenness, as a lot of young horses do, particularly here. But I thought his first run was good. He learned plenty, and you know, he showed a nice turn of foot in his second run. Again, still some greenness. He's had a trial since just to tick him over, and I think the step up to 14 will suit.
That seems to be something you like to do, trial them when there's about 3 weeks a month between races.
Yeah, just an easy one. I think certainly earlier on in their careers and earlier in their preps as well, deeper in their preps. But yeah, I think it helps just to get that fitness benefit, but also education as well.
Luke Ferraris is elected to go for him. He's ridden a few in that race, so that must further endorse your chances this week. Yeah,
look, he's done all the work on him and knows the horse well, and you know, we've drawn a nice gate, which he, you know, deserved, I felt, and we got it, so that's good. And you know, hopefully he can travel midfield, and obviously he's going to need luck in running, and got to take a step forward and a step up in trip. So there's challenges there, but he's a nice horse going forward, and if he doesn't win on Sunday, I'm sure he will soon.
There he is, Dazzling Fit. And speaking of Luke Ferraris, Paul, not sure if he had the choice between the two, but he rode Max Q to second last time. Had his chance, came through, just couldn't quite run down with a smile. And Leslie, not normally too far away. He's run 4th in this race.
Yeah, 4th in his last 2 starts, in fact, Leslie. So he's put 2 together. Max Q, look, he looks like he's going to win shortly. He's got barrier 1. Hugh Bowman will jump aboard for this race. And look, he definitely goes in numbers, Max Q. He's looked good in all his starts here. He's had 6. He's by a keyed Mafeed, so he might even be okay over slightly further as well.
Our Spirit of Peace is in our 3rd replay. What we don't see here, Paul, he misses the start by 5 or 6 lengths. Leslie's run 4th again, as you mentioned, leading into the previous replay, but this a massive performance in defeat by this horse.
Yeah, it was huge. Look, he missed by 4 or 5 lengths, and he comes down the outside and he just really finishes off strongly. Now, he hasn't won at Sha Tin. But he's only had 3 goes. He's been placed 2 of them, and obviously very unlucky in 1. His win did come at Happy Valley, so quite a versatile horse. Barrier 12, he'll probably get back once again and be running on strongly. I can see that.
One more replay to have a look at. It's Handsome Bomb up at Chungfa in the trials. He leads up here. He's run down in the end by Do Your Part. Draws barrier number 4. He has won course and distance, but he also strikes a pretty strong field here. Yeah,
he's had 10 starts as well, and all in this class, and obviously one of them being a win. He looked a bit hot here, didn't he, up at Chungfa? And I wasn't really taking too much with this trial because he was pushed out a little bit, and then they just sort of finished on for second. So look, I just want to see what he can do.
No bomb, but who is going in?
I really like Dazzling Fit as a horse, and he has been a little bit green in his last couple. 1400 looks ideal for him. Spirit of Peace to make up for that last effort. Max Q won't be too far away. And Blue Baron, he's come out of 1 strong form race. There's definitely something there with this horse. He'll be a big price once again, so I just wanted to include him for the wider multiples from barrier 5. 5149.
That is Paul's best bet for Sunday. Dazzling Fit for Luke Ferraris and David Eustace. 2,000 metre race late in the card. Race number 10 for the Class 3 Gallopers. Senor Toba's won at the Trippies at the top of the book. Family Jewels on a 7-day backup. Enthrall's 1-for-1 over 2,000 metres. Leviro, first time at the distance for him. Winning Wing, last start winner, carries an extra £3 for it. Goldmaster comes out of the same race. And Mighty Strength's 1-for-1 at the distance too. That win last time was down in Class 4. Live and Let Live and Leviro the leaders, Paul.
Yeah, look, Live and Let Live, he muffed the start last time, but prior to that he'd led in most of his races, so there's just a little bit of a help footing with him to make sure he jumps okay. But I don't think it was totally his fault, so I'm pretty sure he'll be able to get to that position that Live and Let Live. Levero can sit outside him, coming up and trip another leader. Winning Wing from barrier 1 can let the speed go. Packing Turbine won't be too far away there. Packing Hurricane Agenda. I think all these horses will find their positions quite quickly over the 2,000 metres.
Dylan Moe is our man. He's talking Winning Wing. Dylan, Winning Wing's been a really good horse for you so far.
Yes, this one is a very good horse, very tough horse. I'm very happy I can still ride in this one.
He's a horse that the owner's been happy to have you ride, so you must be very thankful to the owner as well.
Yes, I need to big thank the owner. He give a support and give me a chance to keep riding this one. Yeah.
That last start was over a shorter distance. The step up to 2,000 metres this week. No concerns with the extra trip?
This one is a little bit tough, the horses, I think. But I will try my best to get a good run, make a win. Yeah.
You're the best man to ask. You do all the work on the horse. Has his track work been good since that last run?
Yes, I ride in this one every day, so I know the horses. So I think I will try my best to get a good run for this one.
And you've come up with a really good barrier number 1 this week too.
Yes, very lucky I get a good draw, so I will try my best.
There he is, Dylan Moe talking Winning Wing. 2 more to have a look at, Paul. And we're going back to last weekend. Family Jewel was able to win over the 1,600 metres. Hugh Bowman jumps aboard this week. Casper Founds trains and he's placed his only time at the trip.
Yeah, and he's unbeaten over the mile. So, look, it's a 7-day backup, up 400 metres, but he was quite a dominant win here. You could see him really stretching out and running away with it in the end. He's got a good draw, barrier 2, Hugh Bowman aboard. Yeah, it's just how does he handle the quick backup, I suppose, is the query, plus an extra 400 metres. I'll put him in, I won't put him in on top.
Yeah, there's Family Jewel and Mighty Strength. If there's one horse that looked like he was going to be appreciative of a longer trip, it was him, and he certainly was. Now, this was Class 4 last time, but it was 2,000 metres, so he's proven at the distance. What about coming up in grade, though?
I think it's not going to be a problem for him coming up to the bottom of Class 3. As you say, he's got this really light weight, 116, and I think this is what this horse just needed, the step up and trip. He's a 2-time winner from his 9 starts. I think he's got rating points in hand, and it was a bit of a cheeky win in the end, quite cosy. So, look, I'm going to include him.
He's going in at Mighty Strength. Who's he going in with for race number 10?
Going to go with Gold Master on top. We did see that replay when in the Dylan Moe interview, and he just was around second to Winning Wing by the barrister margins, and he does meet Winning Wing on a lot better scale here with the weights. So he's on top, Gold Master, Mighty Strength we just talked about, Family Jewel and Winning Wing, 9, 11, 2, 7.
Paul with the Andrea Atzani and Manfred Man combination with Gold Master to win the second last. Last race is race number 11. It's over the 1,400 metres and a Class 3. Brilliant Express gets in well at the weights on his last start win. Takes on the boombox again. New Future Folks has a tongue tie going on. Lupo Solitario, cheek pieces off. Blinkers first time. Prestige Ricky wears a hood, winning Ovations, had a trial since his last start. Yuan Long Elite, he's won a trial since his last start. We head down to the Absolute. Cheek pieces off, blinkers on the first time. Where do they land, Paul?
Well, Yuan Long Elite led last start and just about stole it from the front. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes forward and tries that once again. New Future Folks has got a tongue tie on. Barrier 9, he can come across with Brilliant Express, who has won 3 of his last 4. The Absolute can be a little bit closer, Winning Ovation, a recent trial winner, and then back to the ones that get back, Super Infinity, Savvy Warrior, et al.
Brenton Avdulla first up, talking Brilliant Express. You can't have had a better start on this one, Brenton. Brilliant Express, 1 ride for 1 win.
Yeah, he was good to me, wasn't he? Didn't get the most prettiest ride, but he got the job done, and looking forward to getting back on him.
I know you've only ridden him once, but he looks to have come a long way. Best form now. Is it just a mental thing with him, do you think, that he's just got used to the racing here?
Yeah, he's a little bit quirky. He's got some quirks about him. I suppose it probably took him a few runs longer than probably what John and maybe even Huey thought to win a race, but look, I've tried him a couple of times even at Chongfar, and he's always given me a nice enough feel, but yeah, whether it's all just starting to drop with him a little bit, and I've got no doubt he's probably got a bit more upside to go, but obviously the weekend's going to be a bit more difficult from a wider draw.
He has shown versatility in the run in the past. Is that something you'll discuss with John prior to the race?
Yeah, we'll work it out. Look, he's going to need luck from where he's drawn, but we might be able to be a little positive. He's not. I know he did lead that one time, but they were sort of pretty slow for the first section. So he has some sort of tactical speed, but we won't be able to overcomplicate it too much from out there.
Can't be too concerned about the weight. You get in pretty well on that last start win.
Yeah, he carried the big weight the other day. So look, I'd expect him to race well again, and he's going up against a boombox again, who's probably going to be the one to beat. But he got the better of him the other day, and we'll see if we can get the better of him again.
It's a good clash, but it doesn't end there, Paul. We've got horses in this race like Super Infinity, who's coming off a last start second. That was 1,200 metres. He goes to the 1,400 metres this week. One go at the trip for a fourth so far.
Yeah, he goes in the numbers, does this horse. Now, he did run fourth behind a really good horse in Invincible Shield, who came out and won on the weekend. So, look, that's a strong form race. So I'm not worried about the distance for him. He's drawn 6. He'll probably just sit midfield, and he'll be running on. Whether he can beat the Boombox and Brilliant Express, we'll see. But look, he's going the right way.
He's just failing to pick up module construction there. That was over 1,200 metres. And Yuan Long Elite running second when we last saw him. This is the race you referenced on the speed map where he all but pinched in the lead. He's looked good at a trial between runs too. He beat Galaxy Patch in that trial, and Keith Young takes the ride for Manfred Mann.
Yep, he'll definitely go in the numbers. Now, he did get beaten by a very good horse here in Another World, so, this was quite a strong race, this one. And as you say, look, he was still in front here with about 100 to go, and it was just beaten on the post. So, look, a really good run from him, and I expect him. And when Another World came up alongside him, he didn't give it away. So, look, he definitely goes in for me.
He goes in. Good race the last, though.
Yeah, look, I agree with Brendan. I think it's a clash between the top two here, but I am going to go the other way. I'm going to go the Boombox. He's better in the weights with Brilliant Express, Yuan Long Elite, and there for third and Super Infinity, 2197.
And that is the preview for Sha Tin on Sunday. Just a reminder, with the 11 races, the Griffins get underway at 12:30.